You're here Wednesday, 7:30ish, joining us, the sleepy people, because we're tired, okay? It's been a long couple days. No. You're here,
Long week.
Word. Yes, I know,
Yeah,
right?
Saturday
Issue
comes. So.
39. That was the sleepiest introduction I've ever done in my life. I'm
Yeah.
so
And yet
tired.
there was still so much energy in it.
I know.
What
How's
days?
everybody doing in the chat rooms? Thank you for joining us. Anybody who's just listening or doing that ghost listening, thanks for joining us as well. We appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely.
How's
How's
everybody?
everyone?
Yes, how's everybody going? Sorry.
Lethargic.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Not being busy, really busy. Uh,
Skinny, opening the door!
Sakura is helping you out, like
yeah,
you close
someone
that
wants to
door.
get up. Yeah, been really busy. I've surprisingly read quite a few comics this week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
No, as in from
From last
Wednesday,
week. Oh, okay.
from last week. Yeah, I've read a few.
Tripping.
A lot of them's been really good as well. So, but yeah, had my birthday last week. Nearly forgot about that actually.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Yeah.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rich, aka we coming step. Happy birthday to you. Kitty smile. Sorry.
You're awake now, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been busy work, everything. How are you guys?
It's all good. Ready to get into this juicy, tender comic bookness.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, but have you read anything? Have you guys read anything this week?
I can't remember. Hold on a sec.
Did you read Nightwing?
I've not read issue 50 yet. No, I did go back and read Batman 54, 5, and 6 though.
Oh yeah,
to kind of catch up. So that's what I read during the week.
Yeah.
So I haven't read the latest issues of Nightwing. I read were 48 and 49, where they got the new DC character, the Silencer.
Oh no, yeah. I keep seeing adverts for that.
Basically, kind of teamed up with her for the first time. I don't. Yeah, so that was pretty.
Who is she? Is she like the way I see her? It's like a DC's Punisher.
From what I gathered, from what I know, when they introduced her, she's supposed to be like an assassin,
right?
She's supposed to be like the best. Now that she's, I'm so tired. She's supposed to be like the most dangerous assassin in the DC universe now. So forget about all the other ones like Deathstroke and Katana and all them ones.
Oh, really?
And what I gathered from what she said in Nightwing is that she used to work for this company, this organization, and she's basically trying to kill them all. So that she doesn't have to kill anymore.
Oh wow! Okay.
So yeah, that actually made me think, man, I need to get that first graphic novel. That was kind of badass.
Nice.
But but I can't remember what else I've read this week, if I'm honest.
Yeah, no, Nightwing 50 issue 50 has been really good. It was really good. Only reason why I read it was because I've been reading Batman, and if you know, certain things happened in Batman.
Yeah, you get shot in the head. You can say I read it.
Yeah, he gets shot in the head, and basically he's a different Robin. He's a different Nightwing. He's a different. I was gonna say Dick, but he's a different Rich now.
Rick. Is it Rich? That's it. No, is it Rick or Rich?
I think it's Rick. It's Rick.
Yeah.
Rick Grayson. So.
I haven't read it yet, but I already know that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a really good intro as well. It's kind of, I don't know his. I haven't read his book, so I don't know his character too much. But from what he does he's in a calf, and there's a robber in the calf, and he does something. So based on what he does there, you can kind of see that he's kind of a different character in a sense.
Dick Grayson is probably, in the DC universe, probably the happiest superhero you'll find.
Well, yeah.
He's like Peter Parker. I always kind of compare him to Peter Parker, but without the stress. Peter Parker's a bit of a stress head. He's Peter Parker without the stress. Everything he does it with a smile on his face. If he's punching a bad guy, he's punching a bad guy in the face, but he's got a smile on his. And he's like the most likable character. Like everybody in the DC universe loves him. Do you know what I mean? Every superhero has such a high regard for Nightwing, so that's the kind of character he is, and he's always one of those do the right thing kind of people.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, this one, yeah, it's definitely got me into reading Nightwing now, so I'm gonna keep up with it. Because if you haven't been reading Nightwing as well, I think this is a really good one to kind of get into, because it's kind of like a clean slate in a sense.
I'm doing that for a lot of them.
Yeah. So yeah, that Nightwing. I've been reading Magic Order. That's from Image Comics. That's Mark Miller and Olivier Coipel. That one's been really good.
Technical difficulties there, man. Is
Sorry, guys.
fighting with his microphone.
Oh my days! I'll get my glasses.
Again, this episode is sponsored by lack of sleep. Okay.
Oh my
So,
Lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep. Get you some.
lack of sleep.
Always read the label if you can.
Oh my days! My days! My days! My days!
Oh.
But yeah, Magic Order. It's really good, man. Really good. If I'm hoping it comes with the deal that he did with Netflix, because if they do a TV series about this, it's gonna be dope. Definitely dope. It's got that kind of magic kind of. I haven't really watched Harry Potter and all that, but it's got that kind of feel to it. Yeah. But not in that. It's not a massive world. It's just basically about a family who are part of the Magic Order, and it kind of goes down from generation to generation, and yeah, it's just wild. They've got like they're fighting against someone, and then they go to this mansion place, and it's a place where you can go to, and it's like stuck in time. So you go there and you got different people from different times, and you're not actually supposed to talk to anyone or communicate with anyone, because obviously everyone's in different times and different places. So there's weird rules, weird magical rules, and it's just really good, man. I definitely recommend this.
Okay, cool. Magic Order.
Yeah.
We'll read it.
Read it. Yeah.
This episode's gonna be jokes. Like,
oh my days! Yeah, I can tell. This is gonna be one of those episodes. I read basically everything. I read Spider-Geddon. I read Edge. You know what? I'll stick with one of them. I read Spider-Geddon issue 0 with the Spider-Man from the game.
Nice. Oh, was that good?
That was really good. Do you know what? I can't wait to get my copy of the game. But obviously, he's very much like, even if you played the game, he's very much like, you know, Earth 616 Peter Parker. I'd imagine, obviously, there are some differences.
Yeah.
But he's just still that regular Peter Parker, but he meets Superior Octopus. No, Superior Spider-Man. Superior Spider-Man is the one who comes to recruit him.
Yeah.
It's funny because in the comic, he's, you know, web slinging, and he gets a call from Mary Jane and apparently this Mary Jane works at the Bugle. Spoiler for me. And yeah. Anyway, she calls him and says there's a guy who's robbing a bank, but he's got spider powers. So he's like, what? Let me go check this out. She's like, yeah, because everyone thinks it's you. He goes there and it's Tarantula.
Oh, right.
So he's trying to take down Tarantula, and he does it with like one of his web bombs that explodes him up. Yeah,
that's sick. That is sick. Oh man, you need to get it. Sorry.
No, I will get it. But bear with me. Then he's like, he's like, you know, what is this with the spider get up? I should sue you. And then a portal opens up, and Superior Spider-Man shows up. He's like, Spider-Man of 1034 or whatever it is. I'm the Superior Spider-Man from 616. And he's like, what is with all the other Spider people right now? Like, where's my lawyer? It was such a cool issue. And obviously Superior Spider-Man's recruiting him to, you know, go fight off the Morlun and them.
Oh, okay.
And they basically just go through the differences between the Earths. Like, he tells him, Superior Spider-Man tells him that he's Otto Octavius, not Peter Parker.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, I knew a Peter Parker. He's like, I knew Peter's like, I knew Otto Octavius on my Earth, but he was my mentor, and
Yeah.
but he obviously went crazy and started doing bad stuff. The funny thing is when
Spoiler alert.
he lifts up his mask,
Yeah.
it's Peter Parker's face, so it's like
Oh, it's
like this the Spider-Man from the game thinks that on the other Earth, Peter Parker is Otto Octavius. It's so weird, but it was such a good read.
Nice.
Like I won't say anymore, but that the dynamic between the two of them was really good. Otto keeps saying things like, "Surely there must be a Spider-Man on some Earth who's mute," or like he keeps making jokes like that.
Yeah.
I remember, and in the game, he's quite tech heavy. This new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whenever he sees Otto Octavius' tech, he's like, "Oh, I've got something like that, but yours is like way better." And he's like, "Yeah, because I'm brilliant." That was really good dynamic.
Yeah, Superior Spider-Man. I loved reading that when that was out, man. So yeah. I did actually get Superior Octopus as well, and that was actually pretty dope as well, man.
I bought it, but I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
So I had to get it because it's part of the whole continuation.
Yeah.
Try and get you if you can go back and get Spider-Geddon issue 0. I am tired, folks.
Yeah. Try and get
issue 0. Try and get it. It was a real good read. It was a lot of fun. And the artwork was really, really good. They tried to make it look like the game, but it still looked 2D.
Yeah.
As well. Like, the artwork was great. I love the artwork.
Nice.
Check it out. The Outlaw Red Hood on Instagram.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw that actually. Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah.
Hear that plug, people? There you go.
Yeah.
I read I Hate Fairyland because
which one are you? 'Cause I still need to catch up on that, man. I missed that book so much.
Issue 4, I think, because of the graphic novels.
Yeah.
So
When you say issue 4, do you mean volume 4 or issue 4 in volume 4? 1?
Yeah.
Volume 4. Oh, you're ahead of me.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
gonna
must have
spoil
blitzed
it.
through that.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but as the Outlaw Red Hood has said, it is so funny. The language in it is hilarious.
Yeah.
And to see like a 4-year-old child murking people.
But that's the thing. That's what's so funny. She's not. She's like 30 odd years old.
I know.
But she looks it.
The same size as Choco Cat, like tiny.
I find her hilarious.
But it's so funny. Like, no, if you get a chance to read it, it's so. And then like the story progresses like really, really well, and there's like some really nice surprises of certain people. And then like in the fourth like volume, like the surprise is like, oh my days, what am I gonna do? And it's like you see her and it's just like, oh my god, what are you gonna do? And it's just like, okay, no, I can't say nothing. So but yeah, no, it's really, really good. It's really, really good. You have to watch it. And her little like friend, the little fly thing, is just
he's funny.
He's
so
funny.
depressed.
Yeah, with his little cigar.
Yeah, you can tell like
Jiminy Cricket was on heroin. It's so
basically,
do you
know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of if Jiminy Cricket just couldn't get Pinocchio to become a real boy.
Yeah,
and that's what he's become. Because it's like what I was gonna say is she's like the only. I think there've been other kids who've gone to that world and they've found what they needed to find. And,
but she's just mental, man.
Because he never made her become a real boy. Thank you. Because I got tea now. Thanks, baby.
hello.
Hi.
Oh, she's gone. I'll pass it on. Oh, this will wake me up.
All right.
If you get a chance to read the comic, it's absolutely hilarious, and the language is just brilliant. Like it's
the way she swears.
Yeah. And the type of the language, like you just want to say that kind of stuff as well.
You want to say it's
so funny.
Yeah. Want to learn.
It's hard to read, but when you actually just reading it, you're like, actually, no, this is it's actually quite easy, because in your head you're saying it, but you're like fluffing cupcake.
Wouldn't it be great? I'm going out there now. Wouldn't it be great if, say, like Netflix? We always say Netflix, but if someone, Adult Swim, picked that up as an animated series, but exactly like the cartoon, the violence, the way she swears. I would be so sick if they did that, and it would be perfect for Adult Swim.
Ren and Stimpy version, but like a version, that would be sick.
So,
I
I think
think-
that cartoon would take off.
I think this generation needs a Ren and Stimpy type thing.
They
Yeah, they are, because this generation is soft. They're so
They
soft.
really are.
Nah, man, you don't.
Seriously, they are. They're hella soft. Everybody just wants rice cakes and avocado. Like, I like
Oh my
rice cakes. And avocado. Just saying, like,
Slight tangent. I've started watching Rocko's Modern Life again, and the stuff that was in that cartoon.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The stuff that they got away with. I was watching the episode real quick where
Was he
the
a
dogs-
telephone? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know what you're
Telephone
talking about.
operator.
Oh baby. Rocco. No, I was gonna say where his dog fell in love with the mop, and then Rocco caught Rocco caught the dog in the closet with the mop, and he's like, "What were you doing in there?" And he's like, "No, don't tell me. It's sick. It's disgusting, and it's wrong." Oh, you guys need I Hate Fairyland. You guys need it.
yeah, I Hate Fairyland's amazing. Great.
Yeah,
Green hair
definitely.
and Gatling guns just work really well. But yeah, go on. Before we go to another
What's
tangent,
next?
what's next?
Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. So the pull list for this week, there's not really that much out. There's a few things out, but not that much.
Bit of a slow. Last month was hectic. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got so many comics last month, so it's nice to have kind of like a relaxing month of comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. To actually read them and catch
Yeah,
up.
exactly. There's a few Marvel, a couple of DCs, and a Image comic. So the first one is Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue 27.
Can't wait to read that.
Yep. Everything has changed for Red Hood last issue. This time around, everything changes for Jason Todd. Devoid of partners and exiled from Gotham City, Jason gets a fateful message from the last person he expected to see again. The news he learns leaves him with no choice but to don the Red Hood mask once more and double down on his two-fisted crime-fighting approach. Pray for whoever gets in Jason's way as the outlaw kicks it into high gear.
It's gonna be
Someone's gonna get effed up.
Yeah, sounds like fun. I kind of like that he's on his own now.
Because Bizarro and
Bizarro and Artemis have. I don't know what's going on because I saw the latest issue. I thought I might buy it, but I haven't yet. The latest issue of Wonder Woman, Artemis is in it, so I don't know where that takes place.
Oh, okay, all right.
But the last issue of Red Hood, I saw Artemis was with Bizarro. So let's just, for sake of argument, say she's with Bizarro and someone's in it somewhere. But it's nice that he's on his own. He can go off like on a Punisher kind of flex and just kind of go back to his roots of just killing people. Although, if you don't know, he's working with Damian Wayne.
Oh, right.
Because Damian Wayne has gone rogue. he's steered away from the Bat family as well.
Damn.
So,
Batman's just like gangrene to everybody right about now.
I put up a post the other day. I put up a post yesterday actually, because Batwoman shot someone. She killed Clayface.
Yeah.
Red Hood shot and killed Penguin, and then Damian Wayne shot Black Mask. Although it turns out Black Mask is alive, but still he shot him in the face.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, Batman, what you doing, man? Your kids just ain't running right. What else is on the pool anyway?
So Sean Davis on the chat, he's asking he's asking when did Jason Todd get so popular?
Jason Todd has always been dope. Sean Davis. Nah, I think, if I'm honest, I've always been a fan of the Red Hood. I just think he's such a dope character. But I think it started when the animated movie came out, because I loved the Red Hood. Then that movie came out, and then everybody loved the Red Hood. Yeah. So I think it started from that movie, Under the Red Hood, that is, which is also the best DC movie there is.
Probably the best DC movie, period. Well, yeah.
Full stop.
Full stop. But we got some news on that later. So
I disagree because there's Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
There's Justice League.
When you talk about
Gods Among Us. What's that? Flash War. What am I trying to say? You know what? Whatever. Carry on. What's next?
Spider-Geddon issue 1 of 5. So yeah, this one is the actual story, the actual beginning of Spider-Verse. Revenge of the Spider-Verse back in 2014. Spider-Verse brought every Spider-Man ever together. This event spinning out of Amazing Spider-Man issue 800 has Christos, Gage, and Dan Slott teaming up to destroy them all. The Inheritors have somehow gotten out of their radioactive prison planet and made their way to the Marvel Universe. It's going to take a whole spider army to keep them from taking it all. Starring Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, Spider-Woman, the Spider-Man from the anticipated video game, and, well, every other Spider-Man woman ever, including some brand new ones.
The one that you should read. Remember the one you said that was a sick cover? When I put it in the group.
Yeah.
You should read that one. That one.
You gotta tell the people I'm gonna get FOMO.
I'll just say that Spider-Man isn't Peter Parker. That's all I say. That's all I say. And it was unexpected. And I was like, this was a nice take on that ethos. So if that person is in the battle, it will be interesting to see if he will help the other Spider-Man or if he would just go and try and do his own thing. It will be very interesting. It's Norman Osborn.
Well, thank you for that spoiler.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it.
Go back to sleep, man. The third comic. Third comic is Infinite Dark, issue 1. This is from Image Comics by Ray Caday and Andrea Mutti. The universe ended, but on board the Void Station Orpheus, a skeleton crew of humanity survived. The last 2,000 souls waiting for a second Big Bang that will never happen, that may never come. Now, 2 years into their voyage, Security Director Diva Carell investigates the station's first murder and the otherworldly motives behind it. So,
interesting.
The Image always comes out with some sweet number ones, man.
I don't know how.
Side note, didn't know that they were doing Witchblade. Anybody who reads Witchblade, woman.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like what do you call it? The guy who chops people's heads off, the Highlander. Yeah, so gets passed on this superpower, and this woman gets chosen, and she has a Witchblade thing. She's got this massive like sword thing attached to her arm, and she fights evil spirits and stuff like that. I didn't know they were rebooting it because the last issue I had, they terminated it, and I thought that I was gonna cry. I cried slightly a little bit, but they rebought it back. So anybody's looking for Witchblade, go to Image Comics.
Remember Witchblade and Tomb Raider comics? Like they were working together. Anyone remember?
Yeah. I think. Did I? No, I don't think I. No, I don't think I did. I remember
Michael Turner was the art. I remember Michael Turner was the artist. Rest in peace.
I remember the Witchblade series, TV series. That was
God, yeah, I remember that. 1990s.
Yeah, boy.
Some were bad. Believe me,
everything was good.
All right, the number 4 comic on the pull list is X-Men Black Mojo issue 1. Spineless Showman takes center stage. That's right, the most successful producer ever to pack the cross-time airwaves. The man himself, Mojo, has yet another plan in place. Another plan in place to boost his ratings at the X-Men's expense. And I'm sure he would say it's the most important comic you will ever read. So yeah, this X-Men Black, I've read Magneto issue 1, and that was pretty good. That was really good. It was by Chris Claremont as well, so it's good to have him back.
So his writing is still on point.
Yeah, definitely. This one was kind of like it wasn't a massive story, but it was a story to think about kind of thing. And together with that, you've got an apocalypse story as well. So another story after that. That was actually pretty sick as well, to be fair.
Are these gonna like intertwine later, or are they like separate?
I think so. So you got Magneto, Mojo, Mystique,
just said.
Apocalypse, and there's another one as well. And I think the Apocalypse one will be last, because with this Mojo issue, you've got the second part to the Apocalypse story.
Okay, so sounds cool.
Yeah.
Although, like, I feel like Mojo is such a Saturday morning character. Like, leave the X-Men alone.
Yeah.
Like he's got an evil plot to ruin the X-Men. Do you get what I mean? I'm like, oh, just find something else to do. You know, pick on Spider-Man, or try the Avengers, or I don't know who else is. Get the Fantastic Four and see if they'll make your ratings boost. It's just, do you know what I mean? He's so Saturday morning. Try something else.
Yeah.
Get some scrolls.
Oh, Mojo.
Well, I'm sure the scrolls will make a comeback pretty soon.
Yeah, they'll be coming back soon.
Yeah.
What's next?
Flash issue 56. Things that...
Where am I? Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Things are about to get really things are about to get hot, very hot, when Flash has to battle fire monsters generated by his longtime nemesis Heatwave. Unfortunately, the pilot light blew out in Mick Rory's head because he's comatose from the effects of the Sage Force. How can the Scarlet Speedster reach his old frenemy and put him.
Take your time. Drink
I
some
did
tea.
the same thing earlier.
Yeah. How can the Scarlet Speedster reach his old frenemy and get him to put out the fire monsters? Looks like Commander Cold takes a demotion, and so he can pretend to be Captain Cold and talk Heatwave down. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. You know what? This Sage stuff, very meh. It's like I'm reading it. I'm like, I don't care. It keeps circling around the rogues, and I'm like, oh, I don't care. I don't do something bigger.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, they just came on something big with like Flash War, which was great. Like,
yeah, I think I did want to go back into Flash, but then they started doing the whole Force thing with different types of Force popping out, and
I'm not really enjoying it. And do you know what?
It.
Because I remember people were like saying things like, I wonder if like the Strength Force is where Superman and all the superhuman strength people get their strength from. And there was only one reference. So, excuse me, the Flash ended up with the Strength Force in one issue, and he threw a punch and he was like, whoa, I wonder if this is how Superman feels. And that was it. That was the only connection. I just feel like they could be doing more with it. It's centering around Central City and mostly the rogues, and I'm like, it wasn't even so far. It doesn't really seem worth it. They could have done something else
different with it. Oh, okay.
To me, I'm not really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it because it's the Flash, and I love the Flash. But in terms of a great storyline, it's like
it's not keeping you.
It's not really keeping me. I was actually 2 issues behind until like the day before yesterday. I only just read them.
Yeah. All right. The final comic is Infinity Wars issue 4. Requiem is victorious. Infinity has been warped. Reality only has one hope. Again, with this, I've been reading Infinity Wars, which is great. But then with what happened in issue 3, basically is she's made an amalgam of characters. So you've got Captain America mixed with Doctor Strange. So you've got
Captain Strange or Doctor America.
No, it's the Sorcerer Supreme, I think it is. His name is.
Oh no, it's Soldier Supreme. I saw a picture of that.
Soldier Supreme.
Soldier Supreme, yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor America sounds way cooler, or Captain Strange.
Really does.
Captain Strange. You've got a couple other ones as well, but those ones I haven't actually been reading. Because again,
wait, sorry, are these comics that have been branched off again?
Yeah, so these are tie-ins. So yeah, you've got Soldier Supreme, Iron Hammer, and Sleepwalker.
Sleepwalker.
So long.
This is the name of our podcast. Sleepwalker.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Yeah, I agree with that. Don't you think Marvel's just so long? Why couldn't? Do you know what? I'm actually behind on Infinity, whatever it's called. I got like the first 2 issues where you find out that Gamora is Requiem. Then I haven't gone beyond that. In all honesty,
it has been good. It has actually been pretty good.
I was just gonna say I went to Barbados and I completely forgot about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely one to read. I think because it's bringing in new elements of the Marvel universe as well. Because with the Infinity Stones back in Hickman's Secret Wars. Well, in the Avengers, what was happening with the different universes colliding. You couldn't actually use the gauntlet or the stones to affect another universe. But with this story now, it seems like Jerry Duggan's doing something different because they can now interact with another universe. So yeah, it's a different stuff going on. So
yeah,
I just still don't agree. Like, sorry, you should go on.
Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna say, but having like the different stories of the different, I don't know, warped children, mutated children, people now. It just seems long-winded. It seems like you're chasing stories. I'm like,
yeah, I agree. Marvel has this horrible habit of doing that. It's so annoying. It would just be nice to read an event in Marvel,
just one event.
Yeah, and even if they were to do these amalgamation characters, bloody. And for them just to be in the core storyline. Do you know what I mean? Just kind of condense it. It doesn't have to be like, now these guys are going to get 10 issues and these guys are going to get 10. It's long. It's so long. Comics are like these
money grabbers.
We're tapping out of the comic world, Marvel. Get your SHIT, because I shouldn't swear.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Swear. I'm not allowed to say swear.
All right. So yeah, that's it for the pull list.
Okay. What's on with the news?
News.
So as you may or may not know, it has been the New York Comic Con last weekend. So there's quite a lot of news, a few comic news, and a couple of quite a few trailers actually, and some movie news. So with the comic news, Jeff Johns had a spotlight panel. Basically, he's got some artwork of the 3 Jokers. So yeah, if you haven't check it out, we should actually put it up on our Instagram.
It's on mine, the Outlaw Red Hood.
Yeah, check out the 3 Jokers. It's basically again, this is part of the Black Label, DC's Black Label series.
See, Marvel and DC are both going black.
Yep. So the 3 Jokers, you've got the original Joker. That's from the old 60s comics. No, you got the 60s classic one. You got the original Joker, and you got the Killing Joker. So those are the 3 main different Jokers that the story will be revolving around.
I am really, really hoping. This is what my hopes are, because I really don't want there to be 3 Jokers. I love that his origin is so ambiguous and etc. So I'm really hoping that because of all the crisis that's happened, that Jokers have just fallen through the cracks. And that's why, and then they've met up in one universe and they're like, we should really just F with Batman. Do you get what I mean? This is what I'm hoping, because I don't want there to be 3 Jokers. This is the only way I'll be happy with it, unless there's something else I haven't thought of that they have. But I mean, triplets would be interesting, but
Wasn't there something in what was that event that happened?
One of their crises.
Yeah, wasn't there something whereas he's always been there, or he's
I swear that was something that happened in the New 52 during Greg Capullo and Thingy's run. I think you're thinking
I think so actually.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but I can't remember it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's the annoying thing.
It's like with the I can't remember, but he's basically, his essence has always been there, or
something silly like that. I remember people didn't like that. Is that right? I know what you're thinking though, but I can't remember it. But I'm just hoping there's like 3 times or one of them is like the main continuity, and the other 2 are like time displaced because of all the crisis, and then
okay,
you know what I mean. That I think that would be fun and then they would just decided, okay, we're all here, let's really mess with this guy.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a lot of fun because
that'd be good.
we'll see though. It's going to be interesting. I'll be reading it definitely.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Reddit.
War of the Realms coming to Marvel in 2019, and this is by Jason Aaron. This will be a Thor story. So this will be all the realms in the Thor mythology going to war, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, Jason Aaron's been killing it on Thor anyway.
For what, a decade?
Yeah, it's been in such a good
Jason.
yeah, it's been such a good series. So I really hope this is going to be like another kind of God of Thunder type shizzle adventure, you know. So yeah,
I'll be reading that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
we will keep you posted, wonderful viewers of ours, and let you know.
Yeah. So this is scheduled to be out in April 2019.
Oh, I got time.
1 month before Avengers 4, actually. So yeah.
Interesting.
Nice. Speaking of, well, not really, but Brian Michael Bendis has got some details about his Young Justice.
Oh,
go on.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You tell us.
So Brian Michael Bendis is now bringing together. He's put in Tim Drake is now Red Robin, and Damian Wayne is Robin. He is bringing Tim Drake back as Robin. Superboy, not Superman's son, but Connell, the original Superboy, is now back. And
do we know how he's got come back yet, or is that?
We don't know. We find. I'm getting to that. All we know is that, and Impulse is back. That's Barry Allen's grandson from the future.
Right.
So they're like my favorite trio of Teen Titans or Young Justice. Like, I was a teenager when they were teenagers in the comics. That's my group. That's my group.
See how my level is now at Super Saiyan. Okay, good.
And what it is, if you don't know about Superboy, he's a clone of Lex Luthor and Superman. So he doesn't age. But when we don't know how he comes in, but Impulse is the one who finds him. And what Brian Michael Bendis has said is that Impulse is like, Connor, is that you? And he's like, it's me. He's like, how did you grow a beard? So he's gonna have a beard for some reason.
Well, Connor.
Yeah, Connor Kent's gonna have a beard which is weird because he doesn't age. He's supposed to be like 16 forever, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this, and they're bringing back like some of the others as well, like Cassie Sandsmark, who was the second Wonder Girl, and I think a few of the others. I'm really, really looking forward to this.
Nice.
It's strange because it's bittersweet because they brought back Wally West, and now he's dead. Well, it's like they brought back, but now they're bringing back Connor Kent and Bart Allen, who are like two of my other favorites, and putting them back together with Tim Drake, who was dead recently and has come back. But anyway,
this is comics, man. Nothing stays the same forever.
Yeah, Well, it's great. It's I'm really excited about this. It should be a lot of fun. Fans right now, from what I see online, are kind of going crazy about it because you've seen Young Justice, a TV show. That show is great, but it's not Young Justice the way the comics was. These three, Tim Drake, Bart Allen, and Connor Kent, those three are Young Justice.
Is that Connor Kent in the animated Young Justice?
Yeah, it's him.
Okay.
It's the same one. Although their personalities are slightly different. He's in the animated series, he's more broody and and he's I wouldn't say he's really angry.
Yeah.
Connor Kent in the comics was always like a teenager. He's full of himself, confident. He went through a broody stage when he found out he was a Lex Luthor clone, but before that, he was always like making jokes and he was feeling himself. He had that 90s haircut with like his sunglasses. Like he really thought he was, the shiznit.
Yeah.
But no, this is going to be great. I'm excited for this one. Reddit.
Nice. All right. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man series coming from DC's Injustice writer.
That sounds like fun. Actually, I read it the other day.
So, Injustice
No, I'm saying Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That sounds like fun. I read about it the other day.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, that hasn't been in print since I think it's One More Day, which was 2007. It's 2007. So that's coming back, and it's as it says, it's from DC's Injustice writer Tom Taylor, with art by Jan Cabal. This should be coming in January 2019. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. This one is going to be about obviously the local Parker, basically.
Yeah, sounds interesting actually.
Yeah, none of the whole super villains, and
it's got to be person snatchers and bank robbers, which sounds really cool.
Good. It keeps it humble as well. That's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
and that's.
Sorry, go on. I was just gonna say, I feel like the moment we see like the Rhino or Vulture, I feel like that's when it's gonna lose itself. I think it'll be really good if it was like villains who had like high tech gear that he had to deal with, fine. But I like the idea of it just being very, very street. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
but
Daredevil.
You can get dark with that as well.
Yeah, you could.
You could get dark with that if you wanted to take it down, like if you say like purse snatchers and bank robbers.
Yeah.
Then to stop them from going from like kidnappers or murderers or like
imagine if he was chasing a serial killer, like a neighborhood kind of serial killer that gets so overlooked by like the higher tier superheroes in the Marvel universe. They forget, because they're dealing with crazy stuff all the time, they forget that the base level stuff is why they started in the first place. I think this comic has real potential. To be honest, that's where I feel like they lost out when they cancelled Power Man and Iron Fist last year, because
they don't have anything like that now.
No, they really missed out.
I was gonna say, I bet you they'll have Cloak and Dagger make an appearance in this as well.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, they should probably put Luke Cage and Luke Cage and Iron Fist in this. Just have little cameos, because that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be sick. Speaking of cameos or special appearances.
Look at his face.
So this came out yesterday. Yesterday being Tuesday, the 9th of October. Mr. James Gunn is in talks to write and maybe direct Suicide Squad 2. Ooh. And also, apparently, Bautista is interested too. Yeah.
Do you know when I read about James Gunn, because I didn't read the article, I was like, all right, cool, says Marvel's right, but I didn't know. Right.
Calm down.
No, it's funny because when you sent the link, I didn't read the article. I just thought, all right, and then I sat there and I thought, I bet Bautista would go over to DC now. Yeah. And then you said it. So was it in the article that's?
Well, no, he said something on Twitter, I think it was.
That's jokes.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
So yeah, I mean, apparently Mel Gibson was in talk to direct it previously.
Mel Gibson.
Well. Yeah, and I'm sure they had another writer doing something with it as well.
What Passion of the Squad? Like, what is it?
That's what I was thinking. What are they going to do? Crucify Harley?
That is actually a sick title. That is a sick title.
No, but what? Who?
Do you know what?
What's the last thing that Mel Gibson ever? Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Literally, no. Okay, I'm just not gonna get heated about that. Okay.
Nah, do you know what? Do you know when you hear about something, but you don't want it to happen, but you wish you could see it?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Because I'm like, this will be some next kind of movie. Like, you'll just be watching. You'll be like on the edge of your seat. Like, this is the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. The worst superhero movie I've ever seen, but I'm so intrigued right now.
No, that's too much. No.
Oh, Mel Gibson. Oh my! So we've gone totally off. James Gunn, yeah.
People.
So yeah, James Gunn is apparently in talks to write and direct Suicide Squad 2, which is, I mean, everybody's talked about it since he got fired from Marvel, Disney. People have been saying, DC should Warner Brothers should snap him up. And
yeah,
yeah, unfortunately, I think Disney effed up there. And
they did. I can't even bother.
Yep.
the only thing I would say is, as long as he keeps to his guns, pun intended, and he doesn't allow, which I don't think he would anyway, but he doesn't allow Warner Brothers to, because it seems to me that they've been mingling in every other film that they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he doesn't allow that, I think it could be.
As long as he has his creative freedom to make the movie.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy that they've taken him on. But I don't want to support the Suicide Squad. I wish it was for something else.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I wish it was. So I would be happy if he was to move on for DC. But say he was going to do like a different superhero team, like the Outsiders or the Titans, or the Titan or the streaming service is doing that. But you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't Suicide Squad because I'm just sick of Harley Quinn and all of her.
Yeah.
Sean Davis is saying that Mel Gibson was replaced by Gavin O'Connor.
I don't even know who that is.
Do
I know who that is?
Sean, who is that?
Who's Gavin O'Connor? O'Connor was let go when his draft of the script turned out to be very close to the upcoming Birds of Prey.
Oh, really? That's not his fault.
Well, why
not let go of the Birds of Prey people? That movie's going to be whack as well anyway. Harley Quinn again.
No. Who is Mel Gibson? I know who he is, but no.
Yeah,
I'm happy. I'm just no.
So Gavin O'Connor, he's done Pride and Glory, Warrior, Brothers, Jane Got a Gun. The Accountant was pretty good, actually. I like that film. That was with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck. Yeah, that was I like that one. That was actually pretty good.
I haven't seen any of those movies, and I don't think I've even heard of them. I watch too many superhero movies. Clearly,
yeah.
I've heard
Go to
The
the cinema.
Accountant, but I'm just like, no, you just don't be jumping on this superhero bandwagon if you're not at least a tiny bit about the life. Like, just leave it alone.
And Mel Gibson's trying to get paid, man. That's who that was.
No. Get paid doing a TV show. Leave the big stuff to the big dogs. I'm not Passion of the Squad people.
You're Passion of the Squad.
I want to see that movie. That's the thing.
No, you don't.
Do you remember? I don't know if you guys ever watched, slight tangent. If you guys ever watched Futurama, and the professor had his what if you later, where it's like is this screen and you type in what if blah 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 blah. I want to see that movie.
What if
Mel Gibson wrote and directed Suicide Squad 2?
That would be crazy. That
would be. I would
crazy.
straight watch that movie. Oh man.
All right. Something that I'm looking to watch actually is Batwoman.
Yeah.
So if you guys,
it was very good.
I think it looks good. A friend of mine doesn't like it. He thinks
the costume.
Yeah, he's not really a comic geek. He doesn't like the hair. He was saying he doesn't like.
That's her hair.
It's not her real hair.
No, I know that's not Kate's hair, but I mean in general, that's what Batwoman looks like, is what I mean. That's
yeah.
I think they got her spot on.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I think because he sees Ruby Rose rather than the character Kate Kane and Batwoman. So
I don't know Ruby Rose that well, so all I see is Batwoman.
Yeah.
Come on. It's just open your mind. And you're not really a geek anyway, so read the comics and don't have an opinion.
Read comics and then come here every Wednesday at 7:30ish and learn something.
Give the source on the wall.
So yeah, that image, I love that, man. I think they're going in the right direction. I think Greg Berlanti, the guy behind the Arrowverse and all of that, he's doing he's doing as good a job as Kevin Feige.
He is.
You know, he's definitely, definitely up there.
I think the mistake that DC or Warner Brothers has made, Greg Berlanti should have been in charge of the movies. Yeah, maybe. He's pretty much got the freedom to do whatever. I mean, he's got some restrictions because obviously for a while he couldn't use Superman. couldn't even mention
Suicide Squad either.
Yeah, couldn't even use. You can't use Suicide Squad anymore. But that's because of the movies. But if he was in charge, imagine if he was in charge of the movies and what he would have done.
Yeah,
you get what I mean? Because having restrictions on TV, the TV have the restrictions because of the movies. But if he had the freedom in the movies, it'll be something else right now. I'm telling you, it'll be something else. We wouldn't be. I feel like he would have taken his time. I feel like they would have been really good movies. We missed out, although we're getting it on TV. So
we are getting it on TV. We are kind of getting Batman and Arrow, and
we're inching closer and closer to Batman.
Yeah, definitely.
Closer and closer. We're waiting for it.
And then he died.
Don't say that, man.
Don't
say that. No. So keeping on the DC shizzle. Did you guys watch the Harley Quinn trailer?
Yeah, I watched it. It looked alright.
It was alright. Poison Ivy was jokes. She was like, "No, they're gonna hate it." Like,
I like that fourth wall breaking, and they even mentioned the Deadpool.
We're just like the Deadpool cartoon and said we got made.
I was like, "Oh, ultimate shade, my eyes." I was like, "Nah," but that was good. That was good.
They're gonna start throwing jabs at each other now. You watch. It's gonna start. It's gonna start something.
Definitely. Now I did like it. The only thing I didn't like was because I'm too used to the animated series voice of.
I forgot who the original one was, but the next one was Tara Strong did it at some point. Who's awesome, by the way. We're like the best female voice actor there is.
Yeah.
Tara Strong, whatever her name is. But I forgot the original Harley Quinn's name.
Yeah, she was.
But yeah, I
really liked her.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna keep my ears out for it. My eyes open.
Yeah. We will keep you posted, people.
Yeah. If we ever get that DC streaming service.
You know.
Well, we should be getting it on Netflix, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Because otherwise,
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Hopefully we get it. We will be getting it on Netflix, I think, but hopefully we'll get it on time. It won't be like, where we have
4
to
weeks
wait.
behind.
1 second.
Yeah. I don't want that to happen because that would be way too long, man. Way too long.
And then like you have to fight everybody, like do media blackouts on your socials and people.
Yeah. That's it. So as long as we get it, even if it's like the next night after, then that's perfect.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Woohoo!
What is next, man?
So next is I just muted Outlaw Red, trying to get it back. Next, he's gonna want to talk about this as well.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Like, can you hear me? We're like, yeah, sure, yeah. Go ahead. Look, he took it off and it came back on.
There you go.
Okay, now it's off. There we go. Don't touch it.
Sorry about that, guys.
Technical
difficulties. Here we go. Just time. Nothing happened. Yeah, go.
Daredevil season 3 trailer. My God.
Boom.
Which trailer?
Trailer? The Bullseye trailer, man. That's the trailer. There was actually a couple of trailers. There was
mad trailers. They're really promoting this season, man.
Yeah. Man. But I can't wait for this, man.
Yeah, it looks
really good.
So glad I got my Bullseye figure.
Yeah, for real. It looks like we're gonna get a Bullseye history lesson or origin story. So
is his origin a bit ambiguous as well, like the Joker's? Not like the Joker, but we don't really know who he is because he kind of lies about his name or something like that.
No, I think there was one comic that did that. But I think with this one they're gonna go with that the police officer who's under stress. It seems like it anyway.
Yeah,
it seems like he's been under some stress and seeing psychiatrists, and something's probably happened and he's had enough. And Kingpin's got his number somehow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks really good. The trailers. I'm really excited to see a lot less Matt Murdock and a lot more Daredevil.
Yeah.
So excited for that.
But I don't know because it seems like his identity's gone. His secret identity's gone. Because you do see a clip with Fisk over him, and he's kind of, he hasn't got his mask on, but he's got his costume on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been outed a good few times as Daredevil.
Yeah.
Was it Born Again? I swear I've got that graphic novel. It was Born Again where he did that the first time, right? The Kingpin did that to him.
Yeah.
It's when Karen Page, when she became a prostitute. So let's see where that goes in the TV show. she needed a fix of some drugs, cocaine or heroin or whatever it was. So she sold his identity to someone that somehow got to the Kingpin, and the Kingpin messed up his life.
Yeah.
That was such a good comic book. Such a good comic book.
So yeah, it looks like we get. Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't do drugs.
Born.
So yeah, I'm definitely waiting for that, man. That should be out October the 19th.
19th.
9 days, man.
10 days, 9 days, whatever.
9 days.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Quite excited here.
My missus should be back by then as well. I'm not allowed to watch Daredevil or any of these until she's back.
Come on, missus, get back.
Daredevil is like, I do like the Netflix Marvel shows, but Daredevil is just the one that's like, it's just above the rest.
Yeah,
it really is. Definitely. It's so above the rest. Like,
I think Jessica Jones and Daredevil are just there.
See, I would say that Jessica Jones season 1 was up there. Season 2 was kind of meh. It really was. It was so meh.
I didn't like how it ended. I was upset how it ended.
Yeah. The ending was a bit like, and the spoilers. Come on, if you haven't seen it yet,
you ain't seen season 2. I've
Yeah.
seen it. It's all that matters. I'm the one that usually takes it.
Her mother was quite annoying for a bit. Like,
I think Trish was annoying.
Yeah, she was, and I
want Trish to die so bad.
If you were going to give Trish abilities, did she have to be? If you're going to give Trish abilities, Jessica Jones's best friend and like sister, do we have to now hate her just for her to have superpowers? Why did it have to go in that direction?
I just, do you know what? I think the reason why I hated her this season was because I was waiting for her. I was expecting her to get her abilities a bit sooner. So I was kind of watching him and be like, is it this episode she's going to be?
Yeah, they did tease it a lot. They teased it a lot.
And I don't like it when they just leave it to the last episode and it's like, oh, now she does it.
And then, sorry, it's like, fam, she murked your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Why do we have to hate her just so she can get her storyline in that season was just and her and that Power Ranger.
If she becomes a villain, then I'm like, okay, cool.
You know what?
Because she was self-centered anyway, and that just came out more and more. And now that she's got powers, then she's gonna be more. And then them two face off, and then she kills her. Then cool, that's fine. Yeah. But you can't have this woman bar you every episode, then murk your mum in the face, like shot her in the face. Like, and then you want to be like, I can't really talk to you right now. It's too much. You're dumb.
They just made her too loopy, man. Yeah. They really did make her too loopy.
I'm telling you, it's all because there's not. I've said it so many times. There's not enough material for Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
So they obviously had to get creative, but I think they ruined Trish in the process, which was it's a shame. That for me, there's no redemption for her character. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the best thing for her would be to become the villain in season. She gets her abilities.
Like Sean's saying is Hellcat. She's going to be pretty much Hellcat and probably going to be the villain of the next.
I think that's how they should do it. That's honestly, I think how they should do it.
Yeah.
Or they should have done a mad thing where like the friend, you know, the guy who's always with Jessica Jones, like the one who's trying to help her. Like if he was going off to find the other, what's her face? The one I hate, I can't remember. But trying to find her, and then there was, I don't know, whatever, some cliche of an explosion, and then he got superpowers instead of her, and then that's how she got vengeful, and then she can go off and be a villain and be like, I've always wanted this, and I never get it, and then the guy gets superpowers, and then that's it all. But no, she shot woman's mum in the head and then just hard off and was just like, oh, I got what I wanted. I was like,
she was just the weirdest character in that season, man.
Okay, but enough of that. Sorry, carry on. What will we
Daredevil, woo!
Woo, Daredevil,
So this is one that you brought up actually, Isha. The Adventures of Sabrina.
Yes.
I haven't watched that trailer.
That actually looks pretty good, man. It
does.
Yeah, it's not. I used to watch
Sabrina,
the Teenage Witch. That was sick back in the days.
I think
I had a crush on Melissa Joan Hart.
everybody had a crush on Melissa Joan Hart. Clarissa,
indeed. You can explain it to me all day. This trailer, yeah. It looks pretty interesting, man.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was saying, like, if you're gonna do a reboot or something, at least take it to the next level. Like,
yeah.
They were talking. I think the original cast came back on one of the Comic Cons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were slightly a little bit upset because they were like, "Well, no one called us because obviously they don't have the rights for
right."
There, but then they were like, "Well, you know, it's been taken into a completely different realm because there's like they were like fun and witty and smart and
yeah."
And I think which is great. And I'm hoping that even though this is dark, I don't watch Rivendell. I don't like people comparing things to Rivendell because I ain't watched it, and I feel like it's Dawson's Creek but with magic people.
The reason it should be compared to Riverdale is because Riverdale and Sabrina are all from Archie Comics.
Yeah, and it is the same.
It's the same universe.
It's the same people doing it as well.
They also in the comics. Sabrina only lives one town over. They literally neighbors. She lives in the comics. She lives one town over. So she was always in Archie Comics. Sometimes Archie and them would cameo in her comics.
Okay.
That's why there was rumors. One of the reasons I actually started watching Riverdale in the first place is because there were rumors that.
Are you watching Riverdale?
No, I gave up.
Oh.
One of the reasons I started watching Riverdale in the first place is because I heard there was rumors that Sabrina was going to make her first appearance on that show. So I'm watching, waiting, then I heard that it wasn't going to happen. But when the episode happens, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do a crossover. Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
But like, no, this one is like they've taken it to completely different like side of like more into the witchcraft of it, and then more into her being still a good witch, but she's like, if I kind of need to f you up a little bit, I can.
Yeah.
I will because I got to. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of liking this. This kind of new version. I'm like, this looks like a good reboot. This looks like a reboot that can actually work.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
I can't understand why the original cast from the original show felt like the need to be called for what?
Because I think they're like it's an iconic, like they're like an iconic cast. It's like if you called like Sister or like, you know what I mean, Buffy. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones. Sister. But like, you know what I mean? So I think it would have been better if they had been like, all right, cool, we're gonna do this reboot, but the old cast members, I would have them come into the show and be like, you know what I mean, your
cameo kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of thing, like of blah 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 or whatever, you know what I mean? Just to kind of keep it, because obviously the new millennials are not gonna know about like original Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? This is for them really, but it's just the other side. I think it looks good, and we'll see.
I'll probably watch the trailer after this and see how I feel. I just couldn't be.
Yeah, definitely check out the trailer. Definitely check it out. It does look interesting.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem like that kind of Riverdale-ish, because Riverdale has got Archie and Veronica, and there's that love thing going on between them. But I think with Sabrina, it won't be that kind of.
I just feel like everything to be different from what it was has to be dark. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Riverdale has to be like that's the tone of that show is mad dark, and then Titans, I haven't watched it yet, but the tone of it has to be dark, and it's like everyone feels like to evolve, it has to be dark. I'm like, can't it just be
different?
Just be different.
Just be different.
That show can be Sabrina, for example, could be more serious than the original show. And have darker tones, but it doesn't have to be dark.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But it does feel like Addams Family. Does that make sense? Like it feels like funny. Yeah, I mean, it feels like Addams Family, but Sabrina the Teenage Witch if they mesh them together, kind of thing. So that's what I get from watching it. But when you watch it,
definitely check it out. Check out the trailer, definitely.
I'll watch the trailer later.
Watch it now.
Watch it. No, not now. Watch it after. after this.
Interfere with all
And then
the
we'll just-
static and the.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's
What's
Uh,
next?
Another thing to look out for is the Mandalorian. Now,
Ooh.
all right. So apparently Disney Perlmutter was saying that he's sorry for bringing out so many Star Wars stuff and blah 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 and all that. Yeah, we didn't want Solo, although I keep saying to you guys, you need to watch it anyway.
I watched it. Oh my God.
What's the? See, I always forget this. The Last Jedi. That was
No.
Solo
Trash.
was
It's trash.
but Mandalorian. This is one I am waiting for.
What's Mandalorian?
So this one will be done by what's his name again? He did Iron Man. John
Favreau.
Favreau, yeah. So John Favreau's been writing and producing the series. It's going to be a what's the word? Anthology as well.
Okay. Do you remember Midichlorian?
No midichlorians and all that shizzle. No.
So what's
That was such
Mandalorian?
BS when they introduced that.
So Mandalorian is
the future.
no. It's Boba Fett, who had from Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. He had that armor on, and the Mandalorians were what were they?
I don't know, man.
They were like soldiers from back in the days in Star Wars
Okay.
realm.
I'm just losing interest.
So
Okay.
I'll read the synopsis. The Mandalorians is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order. We follow the travels of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic. So basically, with this, it's an anthology. We're going to have different episodes. I don't think it's going to be a series, so it's not actually a film. We're going to have different directors. So confirming a couple of directors that are confirmed is Taika Waititi and Bryce Dallas Howard. I think she's the daughter of what's his name? Ron Howard, yeah.
Chaunchi. Was he Chaunchi? He was one of them.
Who?
From Happy Days.
Who? Ron Howard?
Oh, yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days.
Oh, yeah,
with the Fonz. He was on there.
Yeah.
That's who Ron Howard is.
He also did what was that film? Didn't he do the Star Wars before? He was. He did Solo. Because he replaced Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Because remember they got fired.
Everybody getting fired. Everybody dying. Like, Lord, honestly. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're not behaving.
Are we excited about this anthology?
I am excited.
I don't even know what's happening.
Oh man, you don't know the Mandalorians.
I mean,
when the trailer comes out, then maybe my interest will be like, all right, what's good.
No, this should be good. I think this should be I'm hoping it's more of a kind of got that Game of Thrones kind of feel to it, because it won't have anything to do with the Skywalkers or anything to do with Solo or anything to do with that. And none of that. It's just going to be its own kind of section of the Star Wars universe.
That's cool then.
Okay. Well, Star Wars is on like a little tipping board right now. Like I'm watching it on my side eye because they've lied to me for the last couple films. So I'm just like, make sure your fecal matter is on point, okay? All right, because I ain't doing this.
Make sure you get yourself a 2 glass of sugar honey iced tea.
There you go.
So in addition to Taika Waititi and Ron Howard's daughter, we've got Dave Filoni, who also directed the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. We've got Deborah Chow, who's also directed Jessica Jones. Rick Famuyiwa, who directed Dope. So yeah, I mean, you've got different directors on there, and these are not shit directors either.
Yeah.
So So yeah,
We'll see.
I've got high hopes for this.
Okay.
What I didn't have high hopes for, but still,
Wah,
it's
wah, wah.
so, so Venom.
Venom. We got that Venom.
Apparently, it devours the projections of. It made a lot of money at the weekend. Basically, it made 205 million global opening weekend.
That's because you people don't know no better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it made 8 million American domestic and 125 million from 58 international countries.
Okay.
So it did pretty well.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You
to my
comic
friend.
book fans, you disappoint me.
Yeah. Well, my friend asked me, "How was it?" And I was like, "This is the easiest way I can just express this to you. It was trash. It was. It was trash, but it wasn't bad. Like if I was coming into just the cinema to watch some guy get possessed by an alien, then it's calm. Like it's calm. There's some funny bits in there. There's lights and bright noises. There's a fight scene and a rocket. Cool. Knowing who I am going into this, I was like, this is the worst Transformers film I have ever seen.
So
you know,
is a 15-year-old boy's wet dream of a movie then, is it? 14-year-old?
No, nothing. It was nothing. It's like if South Park tried to do a movie. It was rubbish.
South Park did do a movie and it was awesome.
Do you know what? After watching it, I would say, yeah, it is a bit trash. It is rubbish. It's not rubbish. It is watchable. It does, for me, it does make me feel that they could have had a Venom universe without Spider-Man. For me, what they've done, you can see it working, but the way they did it was trash. The film was cut in such a way that you can see that things are missing from it. Things happen.
Peter Parker and J. Jonah Jameson.
Well, no, I mean like one shot, something's happening, and the next shot happens, and
was it? They clearly edited out the bit with the bell tower.
It was just so. It's not even discombobulated. It's just one of those.
It does seem discombobulated.
Yeah. And then I'm spoiling everything.
That's fine. I honestly don't care. So, I already know how the end credit scenes are.
Okay, cool. That's fine. So like, even when it came out and it was like, it's gonna be an anti-hero, I was like, all right, cool. I could just about get my head around Venom, the nangest villain of horror ever, to be an anti-hero. And then man's coming out with just like, what did he say to Ed? He goes to one part when he was like,
you are a loser.
Yeah,
he goes, like me. I'm a loser on my planet too.
Oh my god.
What the hell? Come what?
I was like, how is this friendship? Like, and
and
like, no.
There was
wait, no, hang on, interjecting right now. So it's like the symbiote was with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man rejected him. Eddie Brock was jealous of Peter Parker. They didn't come together and fuse their hatred for Spider-Man and Peter Parker and become Venom. But because they took that out, hey, you're a loser. Hey, I'm a loser too. Let's be losers together.
There was they didn't actually explain how, because full spoilers basically. Full spoilers. So the film starts off with the what's his name, the Riz Ahmed's character. His rocket's coming back from space.
That part was not bad at all.
That was bollocks. That was bollocks. You know why it was bollocks? It's because later on in the film, apparently they went out there to find the symbiotes, and they took the symbiotes and brought it back to Earth. But later on in the film, apparently the symbionts was on the way to Earth anyway.
Okay, that bit was shit. But I liked
when. And then
I liked when one of the symbiotes got out, the symbiote, but like
Yeah, they cut that bit out. They had to fix that shit.
I know. But one of the symbiotes got out, yeah, and I just liked how but I didn't understand that either because they were like the symbiote can only be attached to you if if you're a match, and this symbiote was jumping into everybody, just matching everybody's ass up, but then murking everybody at the same time.
Yeah, but then why? How come it's killing everybody, and then when it gets to Brock and Riz Ahmed's character, it didn't kill them, or his girlfriend as well. And why did?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
No, finish that sentence.
Eddie Brock's girlfriend. No, wait. Eddie Brock, and the way they broke up as well, like because Eddie Brock went into files and then saw something about the guy she was working with, who, by the way, I don't understand how she's working with him, but then isn't shown with him at any point. Because if you're gonna do something where Eddie Brock is actually fighting that other guy, wouldn't you bring the girlfriend into it? Because
exactly.
Yeah. So obviously, but the joke is she's such a waste. She's a waste, man. Because how are you gonna leave your fiance because you lost your job? You were like, oh, I lost my job. I can't be with you. He flings ring at him in the middle of the street.
Because she found out that he took the information from her.
So, that's cool. All right, cool. Don't marry him then. But then you're just gonna be like dashing away the whole relationship. I'm like,
yeah.
You're like, maybe you've done. And she moved on way too quick. And then how's your boyfriend, your doctor boyfriend?
Oh, that 6 months later thing, man. That was long, man. I saw that and I was like, oh.
I know, like 6 months later, Eddie Brock's gone on some madness, and then obviously he contacts his ex-wife or ex-fiance, and then he's like, oh, her boyfriend's a doctor, so I'm going to help you. Puts him in the MRI, and then the MRI is fucking up the symbiote. And then I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
And then Venom goes into her, and then she comes on some next femme fatale thing, and I'm just like, nah, this is a bit much,
Yeah.
This is a bit.
And then
the only thing that was.
And then he kisses.
Hilarious.
He kisses Venom.
He kisses Venom.
Yeah. That was a bit weird, man.
That was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, don't get us wrong. The film is. It's one of those films, like it is bad, but you've got to watch it.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it is bad, but you've got to watch it. I mean, it's not total trash, but you're like, after watching it, it's like you start to think about stuff, and you're like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense, but there are funny parts in it, and there are good parts in it, definitely, and it could work. But
I feel like I was right. I know for a fact that if I see that movie, I will be entertained.
Yeah,
I'm not going to deny that. I can tell that the trailers looked entertaining. That looks like an entertaining movie. I knew that there was no way that I was giving my hard-earned cash to Sony for that.
Yeah,
no, I'm not doing it. I knew it.
Sorry, the funniest part is when Eddie Brock's in the bathroom and Venom talks to him for the first time. And he screams so high, like like I literally burst out laughing. That's the only part, and I'm like, the rest of it you lot can keep. Cause
I didn't like the way he was acting as well. I think if he was acting more like if he was kind of acting a bit like more sissy-ish, kind of wimpish. If he just acted normal, like I would have probably enjoyed his portrayal a bit more. Apparently, Sean's saying it was a continuation of Life. I haven't seen that, so. But
that's a dumb. People were saying that it's supposed to be like an unofficial sequel. That movie.
No. Don't put that great movie with this trash.
Okay.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it?
I've seen Life as well. And that movie's trash as well. I'm sorry. But hang on, let me finish. I'm gonna let you finish, but let me finish. Everything that happened to every one of those people on that ship, they deserved it. Who told you to go on fast with something that you don't even know what it is? You're electrocuting it. That's like punching a bear in the face while it's asleep and expecting nothing to happen.
Yeah. No, but that's what made it a great film, because they got what they deserved. And then when my man was like, in the pod on Earth, and he's just like, "Don't open the door, don't open the door." I was like, "Yes, open the fucking door because everybody needs to die." It was a great film. It was a great film. Don't put that film with Venom. Yeah, no, not this femme fatale Venom.
No. I agree with who said it in the comments.
No.
Shawnee.
They're both both sound. I've seen Life, but I haven't seen Venom. But they both sound like my garbage.
No.
So yeah, Star is Born is good. Was good. That was a really good film, man. It's not comic related, but yeah, I kind of I didn't really want to see it at first because it was I thought it is kind of like a
thick film.
Yeah. But yeah, we went to see it and it was actually pretty good, really good. Like there was some news about Lady Gaga trolls talking about not going to see Venom because it's trash and then they should go, but then they went to see A Star Is Born, and I kind of felt like that as well. It's like, yeah, I kind of understand where they're coming from now, but
I went to see the last showing of Ant-Man and the Wasp, and when I got in there, it was night school. That was pretty good. Good life lessons in that movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm surprised it took you that long to see it, man.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to treat Kai to a cinema. We checked the cinema listings. They said they had one for 11:30 a.m. for Ant-Man and the Wasp. But then they didn't have it anymore for whatever reason. So we ended up seeing Night School. So I still haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. So.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, that's what I'm saying. And it was Night School instead. We literally went into the screen. It was screen free.
Damn.
Screen free. And I'm watching it and I'm like, what's this? And I was like, Night School, bun this. And I walked out and I complained to the guy. And he's like, the guy's like, no, Dad, it's okay. We can watch that. I wanted to see Night School as well. So, all right.
Oh, cool, man. Do you know what? Sean Davis, you should come on the chat more often, man. He's here with the facts. He's saying A Star Is Born and Venom share the same director of photography. So he's got the #1 and #2 films in America.
Sean Davis, you are welcome here every week at 7:30ish because we need more people. And bring your friends.
Yeah. Come on now. Come on.
Actually, Sean is a friend of mine and your brother's, and he actually has.
How many Seans do you know?
Loads of Seans, and the funny thing is, they're all spelled different.
Is his SHAWN?
No, it's SHAUN.
No, that's how Sean spells his name.
It's like your brother's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Black people and
he has a podcast as well, and you should definitely check out his podcast. It's called Balls on a Tray.
Yeah.
It's a gaming podcast.
Okay,
nice.
cool.
Yeah, check it out. I gave it a listen the other day, and it's pretty good, man. It is pretty fun.
Nice. Did you do? Oh, I'll check it out. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah,
definitely check it out.
Thanks for joining us, and we will join you. That's amazing.
Yes,
don't go watch Big Mouth on Netflix. It's hilarious. No, do that. That's fine.
I haven't started that yet, but I'll get to it.
Yeah,
you'll get to it.
I've started season 1. I've been through season 1 about 3 times already.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, what's next?
That's it actually. But I was just going to say also, it's about that time where everything's coming back on. Flash is back on now.
Yeah, is it? When?
Yeah. It's back on in the States. So
God, don't do that to me.
I don't
want to watch the Flash.
The
only reason I'm watching it now is just because I don't want to watch the Flash anymore. I just don't want to watch it anymore.
Watch it.
I feel like I have to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I don't watch it, something sick is gonna happen and I'm gonna miss it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Man.
Well, we've got the they've got the Elseworlds coming up in a couple of months.
Yeah, man.
And then we'll see.
The very, very last big major thing. Comic-Con, yes, sir!
Yep, Comic-Con in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Hopefully see all you guys there, everyone there. Say hello to us. We'll say hello to you. And
we will.
Yeah.
Be amazing. We're going to have so much fun. I don't know what I'm going to be, but we'll see. Yes. Woohoo!
In honor of Black History Month, I will be going as...
We were waiting.
We were waiting.
Oh,
But
no,
yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay.
All right, guys.
Month. Thank you for joining us, everybody in the chats, aka one person, Sean, and listening. We really appreciate it. This has been issue 39 of the Sourcewell every Wednesday here at 7:30ish on live on YouTube. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Comment on iTunes, like us, 5 stars, share.
Everything. Check us out.
Yeah. Hashtag accept Iris West.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Love
Thanks for
it.
joining us, guys. Catch you later. Peace.